In this video, we will look at how to export profile data that we have in Linkit Helper, including messaging history, into Close CRM so that you can view it in a spreadsheet view with extra columns from Linkit Helper. In Close CRM, people profile are recorded as contacts. They have special fields to store information received from Linkit Helper, and messaging history can be recorded in custom activity fields that you choose to create. For this, let's create a campaign in Linkit Helper. Select Empty Campaign. Under Export and Integration, choose the newly added Send Person to External CRM action. Select Close as your option. Now we need to connect Close and Linkit Helper. You will be taken to the browser page. Log in to your Close CRM account. Allow Linkit Helper permissions to access Close. Then click Open Linkit Helper app. We have successfully connected both apps. Now let's decide if you want to export messaging history. Tick this option and select or create a new custom activity field to store it. I'm going to create a field called LinkedIn Chat. Custom activities fields are located under Customization. Now let's do the field mapping. We need to decide which fields in Linkit Helper must be matched with which fields in the Close CRM. Some basic fields are presented here, but I'm also interested in exporting a Linkit Helper summary, custom note, a mutual first connections, and the name of a project. So to create extra fields, click on the plus. On the left side, select the field with data in Linkit Helper, summary in my case. On the right side, select the matching field in Close CRM. If nothing looks like a suitable field for this data, you can create a new field directly from Linkit Helper interface. To display custom fields, switch to the Contacts view, click on this icon, and select the newly created fields. And then click Apply. You will see them now in the table. Let's add one more field for storing Linkit Helper note. This time I'm going to create another field for the note. Another type of fields you can send to CRM is custom fields you've created in Linkit Helper for messaging, for recording personal information, like this field called Place I created to record where the public speaker was presenting. To send it to Close, I will create a matching field. Another type of fields you can use is constant values. Constant value is a string of text that you can apply to all contexts to define them better. It can be a name of a project or anything that helps you make the right associations. Think of them as tags or labels. In Close, you can create custom fields that are drop-down lists with predefined choices. For example, let's create a field of the lead type, and in the type field, we will choose drop-down list. Then I will add 3 choices: warm, cold, and bad feed. Then in Linked Helper, when you use it in combination with a constant value, it will allow you to make choice from the drop-down list. If the field has an overwrite mark, it means that it will replace whatever data was in Close at the moment of sending profiles with the data in Linked Helper. For most fields, it is essential to use the override check mark, so Linked Helper can update the information. Most importantly, you need to correctly select identifier fields. Based on these fields, Close CRM will identify unique profiles and avoid creating duplicates. It's highly recommended that you add 2 additional fields as identifiers. Click Create Most Useful Custom Fields and make sure Member ID and Public ID are preserved. They will serve as additional identifiers. If you forget to include these additional identifiers, Linked Helper will first display a warning inviting you to add these fields. And each time you retry these profiles for processing, or just try to export them in a different campaign, instead of updating existing profiles in Close, it will create duplicates. Like here, this and that person is the same person. But because we didn't have enough fields, it was duplicated. Lastly, switch to the Organizations tab, and for the same purpose of avoiding duplicates, click Create Most Useful Custom Fields, remove excessive information you don't want to see in your CRM, but make sure Public ID and Company ID are kept so that they serve as additional identifiers. You have a choice to save these settings as default, meaning next time you use this action with Close, they will be applied to other actions in your campaign that use default settings. Or you can just save them as custom settings for this specific action. You can change the default settings of your CRM under Settings, in this menu, you can make a choice of your default CRM as well. When you view individual profiles in Linked Helper, this button on the left allows you to send them to Close with just one click. In a similar way, when you view profiles in Linked Helper CRM, you can export them to Close with one button.